Hello guys, ooh my hair. Hello everybody. My name is Portia Shiwi. I am a South African girl who is about to tell you guys, whoever is watching or bored enough to watch this video, about my first time experience traveling outside of my own country. Um, I think it's a vlog, but I don't know if I will have the time and the energy to put pictures over this. I don't think so. So I don't know if I can still call it a vlog. But anyway, I'm going to share with you my thoughts and experiences and opinions and the entire thing. I'll try and keep it short. About traveling outside of my own country, which is South Africa, to Nigeria. So, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. A lot. So what's that is called? First of all, so I am in Lagos, Nigeria for work purposes. By God's grace, I have been afforded an opportunity to come and direct a new show. Sorry, tablet time. Oh, the water's frozen. Ah. So, a headache. I have been afforded the opportunity to come and direct a show in Nigeria. The show has been done in many countries, and it's the first time they're doing it here. So they obviously wanted people with the experience to come and help them out the side. So, I mean, getting here from a career perspective is another vlog for another day. It has been nothing but a fight. It has been a fight emotionally. It has been a fight physically. It has been a fight, most importantly, spiritually. So I'm very grateful to be here in this moment. And I just feel, when you have met the moment and you're just ready for it and all of that. So that is why I'm here. So anyway, rewind. Weeks leading up to this trip, things were not going well in my life. First of all, when you have a sick parent, it is the worst thing in the world anyone can experience. So before a couple of weeks, been Kolelo Mzali, and I was just a mess. Trauma, PTSD, I was having panic attacks, blah, blah, blah. So there's a week where we're supposed to travel, and I was just not in a very good space. I get, by God's grace, Kwashinja my flights, Kwashinja the trip dates, things were happening in the production. We couldn't fly necessarily that week. It was moved to like 2 weeks after. So that was amazing. That was great. I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Sabong as the ancestors, underground gang, everybody, Sabong. Trip got moved and I got time to really be in a better mental space to travel. I'd always heard stories about traveling, especially from a very special person. Something okay. No. Obviously, I'd heard stories about traveling in Africa and how it is, especially from a very good sister of mine, Uvuyo. We did Amazing Voices season 2. In her company, she obviously did season 1, and I know of traveling based on their stories. So I had already had an experience, and so I was watching vlogs, what to do, da da da. So again, your girl, I'm ready. I'm broke, first of all. I have to do mini COVID test, and the COVID test for traveling, illegal 850, one coma. So already I'm just like, yeah. And then I had to do yellow fever. So I'd never had yellow fever. And when people ask me, do you have yellow fever? I'm like, no. They're like, oh my God, I did mine a couple of years ago. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what yellow fever is, So I had to go do that. And then after 7 days, they told me that I'm going to be very ill just for a day and then I'll be fine. So I did my yellow fever. After 7 days, I just had a blocked nose, literally. So yellow fever, COVID test, all those things out the way, right? Kind of guy from the company that we're communicating with. There is a lot of paperwork to fill in, and you must be very careful with lento ipalayo matches your passport, your ID, your number, and everything. Because more feel like 200 king, right? So that's the preparation up to it. Obviously, because I'm reading up, I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of plug do I need? Because I was really excited to buy a different plug. So I went to Discam and I bought the UK one because I'm like, UK, USA, which one do I buy? So I bought the UK plug, and then the person that I'm traveling with, which is my producer, was like, also get some snacks, and all those things, and do not pack anything hot. You will not need it. A lot of people are telling me it's very hot, very hot. So, at the time when somebody's telling you something, you're like, nah, I'm gonna need a couple of jerseys. Let me tell you, you don't. Okay. Right now, my suitcase is full and I don't know what it's full of, but it's full of hot things that I probably will never wear. So when somebody says they're going to Lagos, they're going to Nigeria, and it's hot, they mean it. Pack 2 jerseys. That is it. Anyway, fast forward again, it's time to leave. I'm packed, ready to go. Very nervous, very anxious, but obviously very excited, right? I think I'd always imagined myself traveling and being sick and vomiting and having jet lag and all those things. Honey, it ain't nothing like that. First of all, so I figure airport's film 9:30, flights at 11. Must figure airport, see, the person I'm traveling with, they traveled before, they're very calm. I'm like, shouldn't we be here early? They're like, nah, rest. Anyway, long story short, we're in the plane 6 hours from South Africa to Ethiopia. I get me now, obviously, because, first time, everything. Long story short, get into the flight, 6 hours. Okay, obviously, eventually, I fall asleep. It's a bit scary. You just, fine. I fall asleep and to serve you guys food. Interesting enough, what I'm learning is that, sometimes we don't have to communicate in words, but we really understand each other, So, yeah, got to Ethiopia. That's when I had, my realization of, oh, wow, I'm actually halfway through Africa. I'm here, I did it, we did it, the people who were rooting for this moment. And I just got a little bit of a tear to be like, oh yeah, you're here. So I'm all in the Ethiopia, it's quite fancy, but there's something about it, it's NJ. Man, Africa, Get there, now there's a melting pot of different cultures and different people. One thing I didn't know is that the airports had prayer rooms. Yeah, then I'm starting to realize it's very Muslim and very Christian. It becomes more religious. You sort of feel it in the air and everything. You also can see there's different kinds of people now, because I feel like Ethiopia backstage in a way, but yes, Africa. Yeah, so that's where Sahlugana. Kilimanjaro, all right, again, no need to communicate and be you get into a shop, they good morning, good afternoon, you look at the prices, everything is written in English, you pay what you need to pay, kuna eat duty free, what. So it's really duty free, in my head, I'm like, it's duty free. Okay, duty free means not taxed. Okay, fine. Fine, buy alcohol, yeah, it's nice. I can't tell you, so excited. I need to pay first time. Then, and everybody's alert. Everybody, because slow, yeah, can move. I guess it's Kibele Iplane in Nigeria. I mean, I was from Ethiopia to Nigeria is 3 hours, right? So in 3 hours, we gonna land in Lagos. I must figure out, no, 6 hours. First of all, i-plane Lagos, iyashintsha i-atmosphere manje. Oh, okay, as in, fine, get into the plane, blah, blah, blah. And I think traveling in meaning, and also as a plus size, maybe other plus sizes don't relate, but for me, everything is just a little bit longer, sitting down, asking for an extra belt. Hey, get because it's just extra effort. So one of the things that I'm learning is people lose weight because, but it's not dramatic. If you take off your shoes, uyacabanga ukuthi we mase ngiyifaka funeke yabo so nje kuningi Ethiopia kukhishwa nezicathulo ke at the airport when they check your things and mafika ku customs aphana hlekwa next ke check your laptop vula sisi labo sisi abakucheckayo they don't massage you baya anyway okay cool must figure when you arrive in Lagos when you land at the airport so yes man ukuthi yeah it's on now. You know what I'm saying? The airport is very different from Ethiopia, from Tambo. Yeah. But then one thing about me is that I'm jumpy. So even if I'm uncomfortable, you'd never see it because I've got a face that says, I know, I'm very, but inside I'm like, damn. hayi singeneke airports ngibona ukuthi kuse-Africa la ayela kusebenza i-aircon sijuluke esimanzi mntakama yangizwe ngithini lapho I'm like any moment now any moment I'm gonna collapse EQ yabona guys, for everybody who's lost somebody during COVID, I'm really, really sorry. The flip side of COVID for me is I think COVID is a very demonic, evil thing that is EQ, it's a tricky form. Again. Man, this guy keeps looking at me, and then shows me a picture. I'm like, no, man, that's my ID. So then I click, this is the guy, the other guy from the company sent to come pick us up. Perfect. Then Q. That's when I started slowly seeing okay, privilege makes a huge difference. Then once we had that guy escorting us, taking us to immigration, checking our passports, our visas, it's very different because you're skipping lines, standing and the way they even serve you is a bit different, right? Fine, we get at the airports and I'm being told don't stop where they check the bags. So I'm like, if they stop me, but they act smart, keep on walking because they will hustle you. Hi again, I'm singing. Pushes kwam. Bahlali kuyawokhwa. Yabona they wait. I'm not just going on about being a plus size. So the driver cannot park. Hey guys, like see all the time la park on Uber or request there. Oh, see yo, where are you? I can't see you. I'm standing here. Blah blah. I ain't getting any. Lapana amamisa takes and amamisa 6 seconds. They're very aggressive. My sister, do you have car? It's fast. So our driver can't get into the airport because of cookies. Now I'm also learning everything in Lagos is money. Ubuza direction uyakhokha, awazi ukuthi uyaphi uyakhokha. It's quite much kuyakhokha lana. And futhi enye into, if they hear your accent, it's a problem. Also, I never thought that I have an accent, right? Because I sound like how I sound like based on where I come from. And where I come from, this is not an accent, right? When you're outside of your country, it is an accent. And your accent says a lot about you. So when I speak, people are like, oh, she thinks she's better, she has drama. And in your head, you're just speaking. So I'm starting to learn with, someone no, I'm a far. No, hey, my face. Anyway, we walk, get to the cars. So we are in 2 separate accommodations, right? There is accommodation for 7 days before COVID, blah, blah, blah. Then you have to check out. Then now we're in the place where you're going to stay for the duration of the trip. I see figure, baba. Mina happy to really experience. Contact with traffic. There's a traffic lay. You know, you're stuck in traffic for a couple of minutes, 30 minutes. You guys are already freaking out. In Lagos, the traffic is... You can spend 2 hours. 3, 4, stand still. Stand still. Just also the roads. You can't just take a U-turn or you no matter highway you can off ramp and then turn back the other way by off ramping, getting onto something, going back. Here the roads, most of the roads, very very straight. Lane and you are on this way. You can't go. You have to drive and then somebody knocking. No. You have to drive, and then in the front, then turn, and then to join this lane because it's where you're going. It is hectic. And I keep asking myself, why there's so much traffic? And it hits me that it's an overpopulated country and most people have cars. If it's not a car, it's a tuk-tuk.